It's Tuesday the 9th of December and it's great to catch up with Sam at the gallery on the Hoe. Hello Sam, how are you?
I'm okay, thanks Chris, how are you?
I'm good. So what are you painting at the moment?
Well, this is a piece that's called For Us to Rise, We First Must Fall.
Yes.
It's a paradoxical piece which concentrates on the conflict within each of us.
Yeah.
And basically it's a figure within a sunburst. There's lots of different colours and they represent the different emotions. And then you've got somebody who's actually looking down, looking away from the figure that will be in the middle, in the centre piece there.
Yeah.
Because the figure there is not quite ready to admit to themselves what's going on within their own head. But this figure up here, this one is, or at least she will be.
So what sort of paint are you using?
This is actually a watercolour, but I'm using it in quite a thick format. I like to use watercolours most of the time when I'm not using acrylics, and I like to use them in quite a vibrant form rather than using them very, very watered down, which is, you know, the usual way that watercolours are used.
Yeah, so how long did it take you to develop your style? Or have you got a set style?
I don't really have a set style. I'm quite surreal most of the time unless I feel led to do something which is very personal.
Yes.
And the style that I've got so far has taken me around about 5 years, 6 years to sort of get to where I am now.
So what do you like about surrealism?
I like the way that it enables me to open up my own psyche, and I like the way that I can use it to tell a story. I find that it's far easier to do that than to do a natural painting that's true to nature or true to architecture.
Yeah, so how did you get into painting in the first place?
When I was going through a mental crisis, I was advised to use it as part of art therapy.
Yes.
Alongside my photography, so I decided to try with acrylics first, and then I've naturally sort of gone on to watercolours. I do use acrylics sometimes, but most of the time it's watercolours, and I found that it was, when I couldn't vocalise what was going on, I was able to put it either into poetry or into paint.
Yes. Because a lot of people use drugs to escape into their inner selves, to loosen themselves up for painting or creativity, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Historical in the music industry.
Yes. I don't do that at the moment. I have done in the past. And I find that my creativity is not really positively affected by using weed or anything like that. I find that it's more positively affected by just letting the paint flow and letting a piece of art become more organic.
Well, I think science is proving that weed is less dangerous than what it's made out to be. It shrinks the brain, but it makes the signals, it creates more signals connections to the brain, so it makes it more efficient.
All right, well I didn't know that. I don't have any problem with anybody using weed at all. I just found personally for my own creativity it's actually been counterproductive.
Yes. So who are you inspired by?
Usually by myself. It's by my own internal struggle.
Yeah.
And that's what inspires me to try to create something which other people can see, and then they can visualise either their own struggle and maybe work on things, or they can actually walk part of my journey with me.
So how long have you been painting?
Oh, I've been painting now probably for about 8 years or so.
Yeah. And what artists do you like?
I like Hieronymus Bosch, but also I do like classics. I like Turner, and I do like Constable.
Yeah. So you're at the gallery on the Hoe.
Yeah.
And it's mid-November, and you seem to be settling in very well here.
I hope so.
It's a friendly group of people, isn't it?
It's a wonderful group of people. It's really inspiring, and it's a very, very nice place to